Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. Let's look at the euro dollar first. And well, the euro's broken down, finally got and tested the monthly pivot there, and daily 21 had a bit of a bounce through the Asian session, or through the late session and into the Asian session. It's now rolled over again, which is not really what I'd have liked to have seen. I'd like to have seen a bit of a continuation. It's still got the gap up there, and well, the gap looks, as I said, the way this market's going, maybe the weakness here is too much, and we may just roll. Now, certainly we've got lower lows, lower highs kicking through this pattern over the last couple of days. We're sitting here at the moment. What would make me go long? Most likely, well, the only thing here would be the break of the 50-34 sort of area. Still looking potentially for that elusive weekly pivot, and gap fill. But if that isn't to happen, well, we're going to be looking at the moment, looking to the downside now. Possibly not so easy, but we'll see post 8 o'clock at what shapes up, and see if we can get a run back down towards yesterday's lows there, and maybe more. So at the moment, as I said, it does look weak, but we'll see exactly what happens post 8 o'clock on that. Cable, well, also just shedding. It was looking okay for a moment and then just rolled, but it's just come up to a bigger time frame there. Same sort of situation where we've run into the monthly pivot, had its bounce, but then selling off again, which again with the lower highs, lower lows there, and well, we may not get a Brexit deal sorted out, or the agreement for the Brexit deal sorted out. It needs to be done by apparently today, and if it's not, it's going to delay things apparently, but it's just more pressure being put on by the Europeans. But there we are, it's happening as it is. So as I said with cable yesterday, you just got to be aware of good news, bad news. It's whatever, it could have quite a significant effect very, very quickly, as we saw on Monday there. So for now, at least, it's looking like it's a sell, but as I say, again, waiting post 8 o'clock, and then see if we run back down to yesterday's lows, see what happens off the pivots there come 8 o'clock. But it does look weak, as does the euro. Bigger picture, then looking at the bigger picture on the yen first, and well, yesterday didn't quite manage to break up there significantly on its retrace. It sold up positively, but it's closed off through the Asian session and decided to run down towards its weekly pivot last. So almost there now. That 4 hourly 50 just holding up in the short term here, but that may be over. It does again. It's another weak market, which is contrary to the euro and the pound. Really, it's strong for the yen, and it may have more to go. But we see how it reacts off this weekly pivot 200. May get a bounce from this sort of zone. Aussie dollar, where we saw yesterday, I talked about it yesterday, watching for the run into the daily 34, weekly 8, etc. Well, it finally reacted. It took most of yesterday to do so, and it sold off in the afternoon session there, and it's gone again today. It's moved further down, heading back towards would appear those lows at the moment, the prior lows, around about 75.60. So what have we got in store? It's already been through its daily pivot S1, etc. Tick too many boxes. Consolidation around this phase, and if we see a sell-off through the euro, the pound, the Aussie dollar may follow suit and run down to these prior highs, as I mentioned a moment ago. So it does look weak again. And finally, the Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar, well, it may be basing out here. It's put a nice daily bar in yesterday, eventually. Big bullish engulfing, some consolidation where it's sitting at the moment. If the euro, the pound, everything else starts looking weak, why won't this continue to the upside then? Well, there is a daily pivot below, which may just be a bit of a draw, but Maybe later in the morning we'll see a bit more of a clue to where this is going to go. Oil yesterday was, let me just see if I can find oil. There it is, here hiding away. It's trotting back up. It did sell off through the Asian session, pushing back up a little bit more now, which may be a bit of a draw at some point back down on the Canadian dollar, but we'll see how that rolls. But for now, it's overall picture. It's got through some really key moving averages on the short time frame there, and may have a chance of pushing up. Still got the weekly pivot all the way up at around about 127.60 or 58, I think it may be, or 59, somewhere in that region. 58, there we go. So still got that untouched. So possibilities there, I guess, for the upside, but be wary if we see oil shoving up, it may just make it roll. Now, news-wise today, we do have we've already had the Australian GDP, which has disappointed and helped that move to the downside there on the Aussie dollar. We've got ADP non-farm payrolls coming at 115. That'll probably be the biggest mover in the earlier session through today. And then later on at 3 o'clock, we've got the Bank of Canada's rate statement. So just two major things there. The rest of it, well, not a lot happening. There we go. Have a great day. Bye for now.